Devils. J-Dawg back to answer more goddamn questions. For the goddamn questions, though, got a fucking review. Guy sent over, so if you want your band fucking reviewed, shout it out, show it on the channel, or talked about, because in this case he sent me a hard copy, but you don't have to, you can send me digital as well. It's 50 USD, 50.00, sent to the PayPal address in the goddamn description box. These homeboys from goddamn Singapore emailed me a goddamn LP of it, then sent over the goddamn PayPal payments for review. The band is, I'm not even sure how to pronounce it. It's Singaporean. This is the LP. It's called Pharaon. I think that's how you pronounce it. Fyraun. From Singapore. This is an EP called The Birth of Vengeance. You know, it's funny because I looked it up on Metal Archives to know a little bit more about them. You know, listen to the LP in the shop. And, you know, image fits the fucking bill and everything too. Guys look fucking metal. I don't see no dumbass sports jerseys, no baseball caps, no baggy pants, nothing fucking stupid, no silly Billy fucking nonsense. Definitely looks a hell of a lot more metal than goddamn Twink Mold, that's for goddamn sure. New band, said they started in 2023, and this is their only release, Birth of Vengeance EP on a 12-inch maxi. And it came out just last year, 2024. And so I looked it up, and I'm looking at the members too. What I thought was really goddamn interesting. I think it's the head honcho, the guitar player. He was in Axthur, it says Impiety, Sadistic Impaler, and Profancer. The vocalist was in not Nympholepsy, Dysmorphic, and I'm not familiar with those bands. But anyways, what was the Lord Pharaon? Lord Pharaon. So I'm assuming this is his band. That's why I said I assume he's the head honcho. Just ironically enough, I saw Impiety. I'm like, oh, that's cool, because obviously you guys know, or at least if you watch my shit, you know, I'm a big Impiety fan. Of the first three records, I like the first album, which is just pure black metal. Pure what you consider, is that true black metal? I would certainly fucking hope so, goddammit. Ceremonial Necrocrace Redesecration, that's a goddamn banger. But the Aceteral Alween, I can never pronounce the goddamn thing. Put in the comments if I'm even pronouncing that shit right. I'm sure I'm not. That's fine. But so that's like a pure goddamn black metal. You know, what's funny too is the image on that album. I think it might be the most fucking kick-ass goddamn black metal band photo ever, or top fucking 10. There's the on the CDs, the Digipack CDs. It's been repressed several times. Hell, check Hell's site. I don't think we have any in stock. I think it's sold out. I think who was the last pressing? I think it was it Iron Fist Records, Iron Fist Commando, who's that label? He did like Iron Angel CDs. I forget the name. We get else. Thrashing Fist, maybe, is that what it's called? He did a pressing, a jewel case version, which was a nice pressing too, and that was the latest goddamn pressing of the CD. But Hell's did it was about 7-8 years ago, well, maybe a little longer than that. We did I think, what was it, 300 red vinyls, and was it 100 picture discs? But dude, you would think they would have flown out the door. Just fucking poser central, man. They moved, but I think it took like 3 or 4 years to get rid of all of them. And the picture disc is really nice. It's what I was, to my knowledge, that's the only picture disc pressing out there. And the band photo, badass as a motherfucker. That's what a goddamn black metal band fucking looks like. But talking about this Pharaon, the Lord Pharaon, again, he's a guitar player. I look it up and click on it. He was on Skull fucking Armageddon and Chaos Command 6996. Those are the three albums I like. The first album, Skull fucking, and Chaos. And Skull fucking is probably the best album. That's the most goddamn. Some people would consider like a black and thrash album. I just call it fucking black metal. Again, like, just because it doesn't sound like Moonblood or Vlad Tepes, that doesn't mean it's black metal. And again, even if you're the biggest diehard black metal fan, you're kind of you're insulting the genre. How do I want to describe this the best? Like, me growing up, someone like my dad for sure, but also cousins. I can think of my one cousin. He'd fix up shit at the shop. He's like, all this stuff just sounds like Slayer. He actually knew who Slayer was, Anthrax and stuff like that. But my dad would say specifically, like, it all sounds the same. And I'm thinking, no, it don't. Like, death metal bands don't. Like, you got the TISH, you got Sinister, you got fucking Morbid Angel, you got Cannibal Corpse, you got Deicide, you go to, say, Malevolent Creation, like 10 Commandments. What I'm getting at, Nunslaughter, Deceased. Like, this shit all sounds dramatically different. You telling me you're going to put on Deceased, Luck of the Corpse, or you're going to put on Suffocation, Human Waste? I'm like, this sounds the same. And the next you're going to put on Nunslaughter, Hell's Unholy Fire. Sounds the same. It sounds dramatically different. And someone like my dad, he's a classic rock guy. In his mind, like, see, that's why classic rock's so good. Bands sound so different. Zeppelin from Rush to put on Queen or whatever, you know what I mean? And he is right. Those classic rock bands, like them, love them, or hate them, or whatever the fuck your opinion is, different. They do sound different. But so does the metal genres. And that's why I'm saying by default, when these guys come over here, Enthrone's not black metal. Dark Funeral's not black metal. Cradle of Filth's not black metal. Yes, it is. And you're literally insulting the genre that you love by saying only Moonblood, Vlad Tepes, Graveland. Okay, the shit that all sounds very similar. You're basically saying by default, this genre is so fucking limited and it all sounds the goddamn same. And hence, what do you need it for? You should be open to saying there's room for the bands sound drastically goddamn different. Now, you're allowed to not like some of them. You can be like, yeah, Enthroned sucks. I think their songs goddamn blow. I think the guys themselves are posers themselves. Okay, fair statement there. But to say it's not real black metal, what are you talking about? You look like an idiot, and you're literally, without even knowing it, you're literally ripping on your own genre. So, hence, Impiety, Skull fucking Armageddon, black metal in my goddamn book. Just because it doesn't sound like fucking Graveland, it's still fucking black metal, dummy. He plays on those albums. So this Lord Pharaoh, the guitar player, head honcho of this band, is the guitar player on Skull fucking Armageddon and Chaos 6996. And you know how damn good those are. Put it this way, if you're out of the loop, like haven't heard those, Dawg, if you're a deer in headlights, dick in the mouth, on those, we're not in the same kind of scene. Everybody that's into underground extreme metal music knows those albums. They just do. I mean, I don't know anybody that's into, again, I said underground extreme metal music. I didn't say the geezer fucking heavy metal shit. You go up to goddamn, as far as you go as Possessed. I'm not talking about those guys. Nothing wrong with those guys, and I'm friends with some of them, but it's not much like your opinion on the metal genre as a whole is just completely irrelevant. You're just completely out of the loop. You know a little bit more than my dad does. There's nothing wrong with that. That's your generation. That's cool. I get it. That's why I'm making the goddamn the disclaimer. Extreme goddamn metal music. If you are, and especially underground, because again, if you like, well, hell, even to be unbiased, if you only like the Cannibals, the Deicides, the Morbid Angels, then you like the newer bands that are fucking popular, like the Suffocations and the Dying Fetuses. Again, those bands all I like. Even the TISH. That's why I always say when I bump into somebody like, yeah, bro, nice, sick Deicide hood. That's only happened twice, by the way. It's, I don't respect you as a metalist. Because, to me, you're not in the loop that you know who Deicide is. In the loop is you know who Impiety is. That's why I've said that benchmark. I was like, a real metalist knows who Nunslaughter, Sadistic Intent, Deceased, Denial of God, and Hemorrhage are. Those are a Disaster. Those are like my 6 litmus tests. Honestly, Impiety's in there, too. Slobbing all over the goddamn place. It's totally in there. Like, again, you don't have to be the biggest fan. Because after Chaos 6996, I'll be honest, by Impiety, I kind of signed off. It's all extreme and shit like that. But the trigger drums were a little too clicky for me, but respectful. And I definitely I never got a chance to see Impiety live. They played Cleveland once, and I was going out of town. I heard live it sounded like dog shit. Not I think because of the venue and the way it was set up. I heard there was like 10 people there, fucking Cleveland posers. Well, you weren't there either, dog, because I was out of fucking town, dum. Otherwise, I would have been there. But again, that's why I rip on this stupid ass the land, king of rock and roll. Even C-Dog Bustin' Balls, you rip on the land. It's like it's actually kind of a cool fucking metal state. I'm like, First off, Dawg tends to exaggerate to get his goddamn point across, so let's get that fucking straight. But at the same time, all jokes and all seriousness, jokes aside, it's a good fucking place for a lot of shows come through here. And yes, there is a good amount of bands that have spawned here, whether they're still around or not. Decent for that, I'll give you that. But as far as fan base, no, it's not. Again, that's your litmus test. Impiety comes here. I wasn't there. C-Dog was there, though. I think he said there's 20 people there. 20 people at Impiety, all the way from fucking Singapore? Are you out of your fucking gourd, brah? That's poser douchebaggery. I want nothing to do with this crowd. Gospel of the Horns, I told you that. The interview that went up, that video that went up, I think it was today's video, actually, but today's yesterday. So a week ago, I was there. I think there might have been 30 to 50. It wasn't complete ghost town, but way less than 100. Who else? What was another litmus test band? I think I brought them up too. Gospel of Horns. There was the Total Metalist. Oh, Cemetery Urn. But that might have been... I can't remember if the Cemetery Urn and the Gospel of Horns show was the same night. Real metalists. Metalists that were there, because it was the same club. But I used to be called the Blind Lemon. It's now called the Foundry. I've been there so many times, it blurs together. I can't remember if that was the same night or not. The two Aussie bands played together. Real metalists that were there. Fill the Dawg in. Dawg's memory's a little goddamn hazy. Was that the same night? Nonetheless, if it was 2 nights I was there, but because it probably was the same goddamn nights. But I used as, there's nobody there, dude. So, as far as the actual real goddamn metalist, fucking metalized blood, I'm sorry, it's mostly goddamn posers. There's about fucking 50 true metalists in the entire goddamn city of Cleveland, in my goddamn opinion. It's just my opinion. Don't shoot the messenger. You don't have to agree. Don't give a shit if you agree with me or not. Just my goddamn opinion. By my definition of true metalist, you ain't. Any fucking who. If you want to hear fucking Lord Pharaoh's fucking new band, it's this. It's pretty goddamn good shit. I listen to it. It's raw for all you raw guys out there. Black and death metal. It's for fans of like, I would say more Bassarat and Piety, the early 2000s, like South American death metal scene, like bands like Ravager, Hackovitz. I'm not saying it sounds like any of these bands, but it's for fans of that kind of stuff. It's funny, the first song, the solo in there gave me some first Deicide album feel. I was like, oh, this is reminiscent to, trying to think what song it would have been. Like, couldn't place my finger on the exact song, but I was like, reminiscent to the first Deicide album. So, oh no, it was a cool Black and Death EP. And if you like the shit that I just said, you definitely should check it the fuck on out. So, so that's them again. I don't know, it's fair. Fyraun. Definitely worth the goddamn checkout. The thing says there's only 100 LPs on here. It says vinyls, 100 copies. So I don't know if there's a CD or anything. So I don't know. But that's he just sent me. I didn't even know he was sending it. He sent it to me with a note. And emailed him back. I said, I could do review. But reviews are $50. And I have to charge. You charge for reviews? Dude, again, for the dummies that don't get it. I apologize in advance to all you guys with actual brains. I'm like, dog, you don't need to explain it, of course. Why wouldn't you charge? It's free advertisement for the band. And no benefit to you whatsoever. Let me explain it to the fucking dummies again once, because there's always one that comes over here. Dude, you realize I get shit sent to me, especially Hell's Headbangers, before this channel every single day. Check out my band. Do you want to sign my band? Like, no bullshit every single day. Got 2 today. Every single day. Every single day. So if I was to just review everything, it's going to be, that's all this channel is. And you bet your ass if that's what I was doing. Let's say I was giving out free reviews. Dude, I would be getting so many. I would have to do 2-3 videos a day, and that's all it would be is a channel review. That's boring as fuck. That's not the premise I want to do on this channel. So to weed it out, aka supply and demand, I charge. And not to mention, when I get shit, I'm like, this doesn't look interesting to me. I don't want to listen to it. I'm in the mood to listen to some goddamn Christian right now. I don't want to listen to this bullshit. You're going to pay me. And, like I just shot out the channel, this video will get, just check by goddamn tomorrow morning. So Pharaoh, check this. This is going to get, it's going up 6 a.m. Go Getters post at 6 a.m. Check 6 a.m. tomorrow, 24-hour mark. It'll have at least 3,000 views in the first 24 hours. That's not worth that's not worth $50 to you. 3,000 eyeballs of traffic. That benefits me none to talk about Pharaoh. None, zero, zilch. So yes, I'm sorry. You're going to, again, I apologize to smart people, the people that actually have brains. Like, dog, no shit. I get that. I've always known that. Like, who wouldn't know that? It's called business, right? But there's the fucking tards. It's all about the metal, bro. Which I'm around the metal 24/7, homie. So yes, I have to weed it out, supply and demand. So that's just clarifying it, goddammit, because I know somebody's going to say something fucking stupid. Always the fuck do. Robert Green, paid question. Sup, J-Dog, just bought a copy off Discogs, Regurgitation Tales of Necrophilia. Fuck yeah, from the owner of Doomed to Obscurity Records. Seems like a really cool dude. He threw in a bonus from his label that was super heavy and badass. And we also talked about linking up at Dead by Dogfish. Is that guy coming out? That'd be kind of cool, because I'll give you a backstory about him. He said he wants a fist bump from the Dawg, huh? Really? So he doesn't know who I am. I mean, I did talk to him through email, but it was about, because I bought a CD from him. I didn't realize it was, he knew, I don't know. I just thought he sold me a goddamn CD. I don't recall him bringing up the channel. Maybe he checked it out. I don't fucking know. Didn't know. Cool dude. Just wanted to shout out his record label. Heavy ass shit on there. Yeah, it's all the early 90s, like obscure death metal bands. He says, any releases from here you recommend buying? It's like Dead by Dog is sounding more and more epic, damn it. It sounded like there's a lot of goddamn just big names. Not that fucking guy from Doom to Obscure is a big name, but he's a guy that's doing something in the scene. He runs a goddamn record label, so he's a somebody. He's not a complete fucking zero who's just working a goddamn State Farm cubicle, fucking looking down the goddamn barrel of a gun, 9 to 5 job. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Dog's been in that goddamn 100 cubicle, but factory work, goddamn it. Just saying, scene-wise, he's somebody in the scene, obviously. He's doing something. I recommend the band, there's another band, Excoriate. Can't remember exact state, but they're from the U.S. I thought that was interesting because the Excoriate I knew was the one from the Netherlands, I believe. Again, that Netherlands already out there. They had a 7-inch, and they had a demo from 91 or 92 called Gravemouth, and it came out on a bootleg LP. The demo for sure. I can't remember if the 7-inch is on there, but nonetheless, the demo on LP, limited to 100 copies, and the 7-inch, Dawg owns them both, of course. That was an early 90s obscure death metal band. Again, all of you, deer in headlights, dick in the mouth, caring about stupid fucking twink talk death metal today, but you don't even know the goddamn classics. Another band called Excoriate. It was a 1992 demo called Dead Molestation. He did a CD of that. That's the one I enjoyed the most. I can't remember. I bought something from him because it wasn't the Excoriate. He sent me that and like 4 other discs to check out. It was all cool shit. The only thing is, again, it's a lot of bands, so you're like, oh, this is when, like, Suffocation put out Effigy of the Forgotten and Cannibal Corpse put out Butchered at Birth, and everybody was trying to be like a brutal death metal band. And there was that, in my opinion, there was a lot of bands coming out from 91 to, let's say, about 96 to where they didn't have so much of their own identity. It was just brutal shit and it started to blur together, kind of like what it is today. It didn't come until about, again, I said that when the brutal scene started to kind of take off, when it seemed to have a magical time, was 98 to 2002. To where, because for example, playing Dead by Dog, Malignancy, when Intruder and Cannibalism came out, you're like, this is fucking sick as fuck. Like, you can hear the Desmond goddamn guitar hooks on there that are similar to like Zombie Apocalypse, but it's blasting, there's no drum machine, and Danny Nelson's vocals are nasty as fuck. It was a magical, brutal death metal band, as opposed to a lot of the shit, like what I was just saying, like a lot of the stuff that he's doing, and I'm not saying all of it, nothing like that, just a lot that I listen to, is, and I've always known this prior to him doing that, it just seemed like a lot of bands that want to sound like, Suffocation, Broken Hope, Swamped in Gore, there was another one, and Butchered at Birth. And it's just like, yeah, it's cool, it's brutal, but it seemed to lack identity. But again, like, get him out. I mean, he's a Hawaiian shirt wearing fucking goddamn poser now, and he backtracks and says he's never met me. Yes, you have. I got photo goddamn evidence, showed it on camera. Aborted. Purity of Perversion. That's a magical goddamn brutal gore grind masterpiece. Like, you put that on, and you're like, who does this sound like? Nobody. This doesn't sound like Suffocation, Cannibal, Broken. Like, it doesn't. Devourment, Molested and Decapitated. Yeah, I understand. There's like Repudiation. Wasn't that the band? The 2 demo band? Pretty decent stuff from New York that had a similar stuff, and they supposedly ripped that off. I found that out like years after I heard Devourments. I heard people whispering that. I'm like, okay, but fine. But I was like, hey, they took a formula that one other band, maybe 2 other bands, because there might have been another death metal band from New York that was doing that stuff. Because you do listen to Repudiation fucking demos, and you're like, yes, this sounds like Devourment. That's what you got to. It's one band that was doing it. I don't mind. Just like I told you guys, if you're going to start a new band, try to do your vocals where you're ripping off the first Deicide or the first goddamn Cannibal, Eaten Back to Life, or Putrefaction, Painful Death. Yeah, you're ripping something off, but at least it doesn't sound like, okay, another goddamn Frank Mullen, another goddamn Craig Pillard, another goddamn fucking just Swedish death metal band. It's not like clone 205. It's clone number 2. Well, not even, it's clone number 1, technically, of the one original, and you got a clone. That's the way I saw it. Devourment. I'm like, okay, so you got one clone band, and especially when those demos are like, nobody knew about those. So it's like, that was still magical. And to be honest, I thought Molested and Decapitated was significantly goddamn better, like better songs, everything. They took it, spruced it up, made it a little more sicker. The lyrics are absolutely disgusting as fuck. They mastered the formula. So, yeah, I know the label, kick-ass fucking label. He's got his own niche. That's what he needs to do. His niche is fucking 1990 to like 96, 97, obscure, brutal shit demos. I like that. I think that's fucking awesome. That's when I think of Doomed to Obscurity. That's what he's about. That's what he puts out. Is it everything I want to listen to? No, but I'll say this. It's all at least good background music. It's just, oh, I've kind of heard this before. But it's all, there's nothing, I mean, can't say I've heard everything he's put out. He's got some pretty obscure shit that I'm like, even I never heard of these guys. I highly doubt he has anything where I'm like, shut this off. This is annoying me. Nothing that I heard. It's all at least respectable. It's just like, all right, guys that thought they could play Swamp Nagore as well. So that's my goddamn take on it. But I thought the Excoriate demo, didn't know about them. Just knew about the one from the Netherlands. And that was the only one I knew about. Didn't know that one. And I fucking dug it. Thought it was fucking killer. So, yeah, I recommend that. Come to shit you don't fucking do. Put the combat scans in the morning. And don't forget them goddamn paid ski in the goddamn description box. As well, if you want your goddamn band reviewed, send me it. Doesn't have to be a hard copy. You can send me goddamn a link, YouTube link, Bandcamp link, fucking whatever, and $50 USD. Tell me a little bit about your band, or just send me a goddamn link. I can figure it out. I can Metal Archives. I can do a little bit of goddamn research. Just make sure to send me a link to at least the goddamn tunes. Dead by Dawg ticket. Make sure to get that. You can hang out with the fucking dude from Doomed to Obscurity. Robert Green's pumped. He's from fucking Florida. It's coming goddamn up. What's your excuse, Bubbles? There's this thing called airplanes. Get on one, goddamn it. It's not a big deal. You're not 12 years old, homie. You can bring mom with you too if you need her to hold your goddamn hand if you're that much of a goddamn pussy. And your J-Dog slogan shirt. All in the description box. Later, goddamn it.